welcome back to another wonderful scholarship. So this one is also from the Inter-University Council for East Africa. If you have not watched the previous video, there's also one for the East African students who want to study within East Africa. So I already made a video on that. Then there's this one as well for those who want to either study on full or partial scholarship to South Korea. So this one is also in partnership with the same program, the Inter-University Council for East Africa, that also enables you to study within East Africa and also on full scholarship. So this is another wonderful scholarship, and they're in partnership with this university. Forgive my pronunciation, but it's Cha-Dong University, and it's a private university in South Korea. So they're in partnership with this University Council for East Africa, and they are to offer scholarships for students from the East African member countries, the East African community member countries, that is Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, and DRC, and then as well as Somalia. So if you're interested in this scholarship, please do go and apply. So the deadline is 31st of August 2026, and there are only these scholarships, these programs that are available for this intake, and that is Bachelor of International Business Administration, Bachelor of International Hotel Management, Bachelor of Smart Computing. So they will cover artificial intelligence, that is AI, robotics, data science, cybersecurity, and IoT. Then there's also specifically Bachelor of Artificial Intelligence, then Bachelor of Korean Business AI. So, and then they say the duration is 4 years, that is 8 semesters, and you have to perform so well and also follow these universities' internal rules and regulations. Keep in mind that the deadline is 31st of August 2026, and the scholarship benefits. So this one they say for the full scholarship they're limited. So what the full scholarship will cover, it's your tuition of 8,000 per year for all the 4 years of your study. They'll cover your dormitory fee, that is the student hostels, for the first 2 years, and then your return air ticket at the beginning and end of 4 years. That is by the Inter-University Council for East Africa, that I will cover that. And the health insurance support every month for the 4 years, also by the Inter-University Council for East Africa. Then application processing and handling fee of $250 after selection by the Inter-University Council for East Africa. So that is for the full scholarship. And remember, the seats are limited, so it's best you apply on time. Then there is the partial scholarships. So under this, you or your parent have to be able to provide for your own expenses. That is your accommodation, your airfare, your application fee, health insurance, etc. And then the university will waive your tuition for the first semester and subsequent semester. So for the rest of the semesters, the university will cover your tuition. So these are the, this is the breakdown of the partial scholarship. So please, if you're interested, do go and read through this and see if it works for you. And quick note, this is students allowed to work part-time while studying in South Korea. So they say this university will provide part-time job assistance to all students. That is over 99% of students at this university have part-time jobs. So yeah, if it's interesting to you, do go and apply for it. So let's check the entry requirements. The applicants must meet the following general eligibility requirements. That is to be citizen and resident of East African Community Partner States, as I said earlier, Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, South Sudan, Tanzania, Uganda, DRC, and Somalia. So you have to have completion of the pre-university level of education in the home country in 2024, 2025, or 2026. Excellent academic performance records with a minimum of a B in all mathematics and English modules. The English proficiency certificate it's a must. You have to have IELTS of 5.5 or 12, that is 71 or higher, and it's a must. You have to have that English proficiency for both your admission and your visa procedure. Let's see, the next one is bank statement and balance certification. So for full scholarship, so they say the selected applicants are required to present a 6-month bank statement and bank balance certificate of a sponsor showing over 5,000 US dollars prior to their final admission to this university. So they say the sponsor must be the applicant's parent or the applicant themselves. In cases where the parents are deceased, biological siblings can serve as sponsors. No other accounts will be accepted. So please keep that in mind. It has to be either your parent or you who has a bank account and you show that bank statement of over 6 months, and it has to show over 5,000 US dollar, and they only can allow your sibling they can only allow you to show for your sibling when your parents are both deceased. Then this one is the bank statement and balance certificate for the partial scholarships. So this one, selected applicants will be required to present a 6-month bank statement and a bank balance certificate of a sponsor showing over 16,000 US dollar prior to their final admission to this university. The sponsor must be the applicant's parent or the applicant themselves. In cases where the parents are deceased, biological siblings can serve as sponsors. So they don't want anyone that is older than 22 years. Remember, this is for the undergraduate studies, so you have to be 22 years and below. And the selection process, all applicants will be subjected to a merit-based 2-stage selection process. So the stage 1, this is handled by the Inter-University Council for East Africa. So the ones who do the first selection of the candidates. So they say the interested applicants must submit either the electronic or hard copies of the following documents to the Inter-University Council for East Africa office in Kampala. So you complete the for those who want to do the electronic form, you're going to apply through this link. So I'll attach it in the description. So go and check in the description, you will see the link there. And for those who want to rather send them the hard copies, now this one you have to go to the postal office and send them to them. Then the next one says submit the hard copy for initial assessment of the following documents. So application form and student code of conduct, academic transcript and certificate graduation and passport copy, and then your English test requirements has to be else or 12. They say they do not accept this EFSET, Duolingo, and PTE. Keep that in mind. So you have to submit all these documents if you're going to use the electronic form. So you come and click on that link. So yeah, so I'm also going to attach these links here. So that is for the application form and the student code of conduct. So these two links here, check also in the description. You'll also see it there. So yeah, they say you can download that form, and yeah, so I'll attach this and send these initial documents to the following email addresses. I'll also attach them in the description, so you go and check for all these links that are required. So they say all documents must be combined into one PDF and submitted to Inter-University Council for East Africa by April 30th of 2026. It has already passed this deadline, but you can try your luck if you're applying after April. So you can try your luck, and if it does not work out, it's okay. You can still try for the next application cycle. Then the stage 2, now to be this university that will conduct the individual assessment, that is through the interviews, and then they will confirm the final selection. So the candidates might be required to submit additional documents and designated forms if deemed necessary. Quick note, students with the best average academic and interview performance will be admitted with full scholarship. The remaining students will be considered for the partial scholarship. So they say please state in your application if you wish to be considered for both the full and the partial scholarship. So they said this university admission process will be scholarship recipients will submit final documents to this university as listed here. So you come and check the documents. So this is just like the other information that they will require. So yeah, you just come and go through this if you need more information, but that is it. So this is a wonderful scholarship. Keep it in mind. You apply for it either this year or next year. If you're too late for this year, there's always the next time. So you can apply for it next time. So just prepare everything you need, work on your document, that is like the English proficiency, that is the IELTS, and then the TOEFL, which they require. Those are the only two accepted ones. So work on them in the meantime. And if you find this video helpful, do like, subscribe, and also share so that other people can see this wonderful scholarship. And thank you for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.